All right, we got a fun video for you today. We're going to review the Blackstar Fly mini acoustic amp today. And I have a Pono electric ukulele, and I got my Koaloha also with a pickup ukulele. So we're going to have a lot of fun in this one. It's the first time I've ever seen this or heard this, so this is going to be a first for me and for you as well. All right, so welcome to ukelikethepros. I'm Terry Carter. Thanks for being here. This is going to be a fun little video here. And like I said, this is going to be the first time I've actually played one of these Blackstar Fly 3-watt mini acoustic amp. So actually very cool, and I thank Blackstar for sending this to me so I could do this video. I'll be using my Koaloha today. And also I got a Pono electric. And we're going to test this bad boy out and see exactly how it sounds. Let me go do this. Oh, let me show you the other side. There we go. Anyway, what are they saying? Welcome to ukelikethepros. If you're new to the channel, we do ukulele reviews, tutorials, and now I guess we're doing a little bit of amp reviews as well. If you're new or haven't done so, please subscribe, turn on that bell notification. And if you dig what we're doing here, make sure to smash that like button. All right, shall we get into this cool little Blackstar amp? Let's do it. All right, let me go ahead and open this bad boy up. First thing we have is the amp itself, the power supply. And what's really cool with the one they sent me is that this one actually comes with a little external cabinet as well. All right, so I got the amp out. We're about to dive into what this is. First of all, I want to thank Blackstar for sending me this. This is very cool. I'm excited to do this review. And by the way, they sent me another one of the amps, a second one that we're going to do as a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. All right, so first thing is just in a plastic case. Looks like a pretty good case. You got the speaker behind here. It's like a little metal mesh screen here. When I flip this over, you got your input. That's your 1/4-inch input jack. You got the volume knob. You got the bass knob, treble knob. Then you have this. This is the echo. This is the time of the echo. And then this one is the volume of the echo. This little black knob here. It also has this button right here that you push. That's for the shape. Don't really know what that is, but we'll figure that out. You got your power switch here, and then you have 2 1/4-inch, 1/8-inch inputs there. One is for your MP3 in, and one is for a headphone out. As you flip it over here, you got a battery compartment, so you can just run this on battery. It looks like it takes 8 AA batteries. It has a power supply right there, and then this is the input here for the external speaker, so which I'm about to dive. Should we plug this thing in? Let's do it. All right, so I got the power supply here. Pretty nice long cable here. Let's go ahead and plug it in, turn this bad boy on, and see what it can do. All right, so I got the power supply. Just going to plug it in right there. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Turn it on. Let's rock. All right, so now that I got the Blackstar plugged in, we're going to try a couple different ukes today. Again, my Koaloha. This is my tenor, but it does have a pickup. And also, we're going to try this little Pono electric ukulele. All right, so we're about ready to go. Again, thanks for being here. What do you think so far? What do you think this thing's going to sound like? This little 3-watt little mini amp here. Go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd love to do that. And by the way, thanks for smashing that like button. All right, I'm going to just roll everything really flat, so no treble, no bass. I'm just going to turn a little volume up, and let's see what we got. All right, so that's just a little taste here. I got everything rolled off. I do have the volume here about halfway, but I got everything else rolled off. That's just the, let's crank it up just to see. Again, just turning the volume up a little bit here. Let's see how it can handle the live volume. So not too bad. I do have a low G on this thing, so I think if I hit it real hard, you do get a little bit of overdrive, which is to be expected when you have a small amp like this. So you don't really have to strum as hard as maybe you do normally when you're doing just playing without a pickup. All right, I'm gonna roll the volume back way up to the middle. Let's add a little bass. Let's add a little bass here. See what it sounds like. By the way, all I'm doing is simply using a mic right above us. So I'm not plugging in direct. I'm not doing any fancy tricks or anything like that, just to kind of see how it can handle it. All right, so that's the little bass sound. What do you think? Leave a comment below. What do you think so far of this thing? I'm gonna add a little treble now to it. Yeah, so it seems like a little bass heavy, because I think a low G here is going to give you a little bit more of that extra bass. So it's a lot of times with these small amps, you're gonna have that. If you over bass it a little bit too much, they're not going to handle the bass that well. I'm going to roll the bass off a little bit here, kind of roll the treble a little bit. All right, so nice kind of crisp sound there. We're going to add a little bit of let me see. I'm going to add a little echo. See what the echo does. So we'll just do about halfway here. Oh, there you go. So that's pretty cool. It's like a delay, right? So if we roll it all the way, let's crank it all the way, the time all the way up. Right? So that's going to be a slower delay there. And then if we lower it here, the time. Notice you can hardly hear. So the way this is going to work here is by the way, this is the first time I'm playing it. Again, thanks for being here and subscribing to the channel. The way this is going to work with this echo is going to be when you have it rolled all the way left here, it's going to just really not be a lot. It's almost going to act more like a reverb. And so as you crank it up a little bit, you see it's a little wet sounding. And then as you keep cranking it here, again, it's very reverby. If I keep cranking a little bit more, then you're hearing a little bit more of that delay. All right, so there you go. With that's a basic knob. Oh, that has one more knob here. What does this shape do? What do you think this shape does? Let's see. I'm gonna turn this. Let me turn this off right here. Let's see what the shape button does. Okay, that's with it on. I'm gonna put this back up because the speaker's pushing down here. So let me try again. I'm gonna hit this button again. It seems to add a little bit of bass to it. Yeah, not too bad. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Just what do you think of the sound so far? Again, this is just a little small amp. Matter of fact, because of the batteries, you can take it with you. So it's a nice little portable thing. So should we hook up the external cabinet? Let's see just give it a shot. All right, one last thing. Before I do the cabinet, I wanted to grab this Pono. This is an electric Pono, by the way. It's a solid body with a pickup. I just want to see how it responds. It has a high G on it, and I just want to see how it goes. By the way, you can get both these ukes, the Pono, the Koaloha, at my store. It's the #1 store online, store.ukelikethepros.com. All right. So it definitely seems to help with the high G because you're not getting that bass that sometimes that low G sounds. Let me add a little bass to it. Let's bring in a little bit of that echo as well. All right, so what do you think? Definitely sounds better to me with the high G because you're not kind of overdriving the amp too much with that low G. But let's go ahead and hook up that external cabinet. All right, so I got the external cabinet. Now it looks like exactly the same plastic, the same mesh grill. Just on the back of it here, it just has this cord built in. But if you look at it, it almost looks like probably dating myself, but like an old telephone cord or actually an Ethernet cable. So let's go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in. It just simply goes right here in the back. Plug it right in. Boom. And now you're going to have sound coming out of, let me turn this around. You should have sound now coming out of the main amp. And also now you have this external speaker, which you can put kind of over here. You can kind of have like one as a monitor and one for the crowd, whatever you want. So it's kind of cool with this external speaker. All right, let me grab a uke. All right, so I got the cabinet. I'm just having a side by side. I'm a little bit limited on space here. But anyway, what it should do, we'll test it. It should be a little louder. We'll see. But it also, like I said, you can use one as a monitor, one as not. Let's just see how it sounds. What happens if I unplug the external speaker? What is that going to do? Let's see. Definitely sounds a little thinner, not as loud. Kind of going to plug it right back in here. Let's check a little more echo to see if we can get a little back and forth here. Let's turn this up a little bit. Turn my echo up. All right, kind of cool. So anyway, I think this, like I said, this external speaker is cool because we're going to roll with that. I'll pick it up in a second. I think it's cool because it can, like I said, one could act like a monitor, one could act as your amp that could be facing an audience. All right, I'm going to do one more thing here. Let me grab one more uke and see what happens. All right, so I'm back. Again, thanks for being here. What do you think so far of this amp here? What do you like of the external speaker? Leave a comment below. I wanted to give this one more thing because that first uke I did, which is my main uke, which was the low G, which it does work. It definitely does overdrive it a little bit. So I wanted to grab an acoustic uke with a high G on it to see how it responds. Let me do some playing here. Yeah, it definitely handles this a lot better with the high G as far as being clear. And by the way, both of these pickups that I have on my Koalohas are LR Bags 5.0. All right, I was going to finish up, but I got one more thing. Should we bring a pedal in? Let's bring a pedal in and see if we can have a little fun with this Blackstar. All right, are you ready to rock this thing? I brought out my Boss DS1 distortion pedal. I brought back my Koaloha with the low G. Let's see what this thing can do. All right, fantastic, actually. Had a little fun with that. It actually handles the distortion pretty well. Kind of helps, I don't know, sounds cool. So you got a lot of possibilities. You can plug in pedals and stuff like that. So once again, I want to thank Blackstar for sending this to me. Also, by the way, we're going to do a giveaway for that as well. If you're digging this stuff, you want to learn more, want to become a better ukulele player, make sure to check out ukelikethepros.com. Go ahead and check out Blackstar online as well. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully you learned a little something. Appreciate the comments, the like button, all that kind of stuff. And that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you next time.